Hey, Kate. Thanks for the response. I so agree with you. I mean, I think it's insane for people to just attack each other based on something that the other person said without trying to talk to the other person rationally and calmly, or using their brain, like you said. I mean, if I say something offensive or if I say something to offend somebody, nine chances out of ten, I didn't mean to offend them. You know, I didn't mean it the way in a way that would, where I meant to go out of my way to offend somebody or whatever. I may have phrased it the wrong way or said it the wrong way, but most of the times when I say something offensive, you can charge it to my head, not my heart, because I have a good heart. I don't really like to fight with people. I like to get along with people, and I usually have good motives towards people. Vast majority of the time, unless I'm just in a bad mood. I won't say that I never come at people the wrong way. I mean, that would be lying, and I can't lie. But uh, vast majority of the time, if I make a video or I make a comment, I'm not coming from a mean place or anything like that. I mean, I had a person send me a message, private message, saying, "You dumbass loser." Forgive the language. I don't use bad language, but that's how they started off. Then they went to railing and railing and it was like whatever I did to offend them. I don't know because I didn't bother to finish the message. You know, it would have been so much better if they had just contacted me, said, Webant, you offended me and I don't like this, and then we could have talked and worked it out. But the way they did it, that'll never be worked out. You know, let me see. And that has just happened on so many occasions. With my rant on stink people video, somebody took my remarks as being anti-Indian, from India, and it wasn't like that at all. And next thing I know, they're calling me all kind of niggers and and all using all kind of racial stereotypes on me and whatever, talking about me being racist against Indians, but the whole time they're being racist against me. So I could only mark them as a crazy person that was completely out of their mind, and they was using the pretext of me supposedly being racist to vent their already prejudice against black people. So it was like that was just totally useless. But if they had come to me and said, I was offended by what you said and whatever, whatnot, I would have easily explained to them that whatever way you taking what I said, you took it the wrong way. Because there is no way I'm prejudiced against or racist against anybody, Indians or anybody. That's just not me. So I totally agree with you. People need to learn how to do constructive criticism as opposed to just attacking people. They need to use their brain and try to be reasonable instead of just going off of emotion as much as they tend to do, and just running off on emotion and not letting their brain engage and their brain have the process of, maybe the person didn't mean what I think. Maybe I ought to give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't really know this person, so maybe I'm taking what they said. They need to really, 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 like you said, need to use their brain. And profanity does nothing but show that they have a limited vocabulary. They are not very intelligent, because intelligent people, they don't use a whole lot of profanity. Not really intelligent people. I'm sorry, they don't. If you look at college professors and people like that, every other word out their mouth is not a cuss word because they can express themselves so much better than with curse words. Curse words, as soon as they start leaving your mouth, they're going to turn a certain amount of people off to the point where they're not even going to listen to whatever you had to say because they're offended by your language. So a person that uses bad language, they're just showing a lack of intelligence right there. Because if you want to really be heard by the maximum amount of people, you need to talk in a way that will not offend the maximum amount of people. And if you're intelligent, you want to show your intelligence by the words you use, by the things you say, by letting people know that you have a vocabulary, that you can use other words besides F and whatever every other word. So that's just stupidity, and racism is just craziness. Because I mean, to think your race is superior to that of other people, what in the world could you possibly base that on? Because even if more members of your race tend to be better off than members of other race, how do you explain members of that same race that you're downing that are smarter than you are, that have a higher IQ? So for you to think that any race is superior to another, that's just plain insanity. That's just plain insanity right there. So it's not very smart. And stereotypes, anybody that buys into stereotypes, you're basically saying a whole bunch of people are a certain way, but you're not taking into account individuals that within that race or group or whatever, they're individuals, and each one of those individuals has different traits that may or may not match up to stereotypes. So you're not showing a great deal of intelligence or sanity by being racist. So I agree with you 100%, and I thank you for your response. Take care. Bye bye. God bless.